Hey there, welcome to day 258 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and we are talking about confidence and confidence goals all this month. And today, our topic is creating your own life and how that impacts our confidence, how it impacts our ability to achieve our confidence goals. And I think it's kind of a two-way street. The more confident we feel, the more we are creating our own life. And the more we're creating our own life, the more confident we feel. So it becomes this upward spinning spiral upward. I remember going to a training at Gillette Company back when Gillette was its own company, the razor company, with my ex-husband and some friends. I was invited to that training, and it was, I think it was called The Value of the Person. And it talked a lot about how we create our own life based on our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and experiences. It was kind of a woo-woo awesome training. I really enjoyed it. And that kind of ties into today's topic. Sorry, I guess I'm a little sleepy. I need a little more caffeine. So let's talk about our confidence and ways to improve our confidence. If we embrace passion projects, if we practice mindfulness, and we've talked about these things, if we cultivate a growth mindset, all of those things improve our confidence. When our confidence improves, we believe, and I guess my question for you is, do you believe that you create your own life, that you have the ability to create and choose the way you want your life to go, to create your ideal, perfect for you, because what's good for you might not be for me, and the desired life? Are you creating that? Our action item today, and I'm going to start with that, is on a scale of 0% to 100%, how much do you, or how confident are you right now that you are creating your ideal, desired, best life? Are you living your best life? Some of us are, some of us aren't. There are times when I'm just going with the flow and I'm not making choices that I know are in my best interest. I'm just going with the flow of what's going on around me. There are times when things happen in life, like the COVID pandemic, where you have to just decide, all right, I'm going to do what's right for me, but I'm also going to go with the flow of things, because it's not worth the battle. We have to choose our battles, and it's not worth the frustration and the extra challenges it would cause by pushing against the flow. So sometimes we go with the flow. Sometimes there's things that happen in our family, and we just go with the flow of it because it's not worth damaging the relationship, etc. And other times it's worth severing the relationship. So what are some ways? Let's talk about some ways that we can increase our confidence to make sure we're getting our confidence goals, but also creating the life that we want, because that's what we're all here for. I spent a bunch of years trying to figure out, well, what's my purpose? What's my passion? Why am I here? Because I wasn't one of those people that was born with some phenomenal talent and passion that just showed up when I was a child and I cultivated that throughout the rest of my life. That is a very small fraction of the population, by the way. If you believe, like I did, that I should know what I want to do with my life, you spend a lot of years chasing after things and testing things and tweaking things and wondering, oh, why am I not a great artist? Why am I not a great musician? Why do I not have an incredible writing ability? The truth is, most of us are born with innate abilities, and it's up to us to make our choices to cultivate the ones that feel best for us. That is how we go toward creating our best life. So how do we do things like prioritizing ourselves? Number one, we want to prioritize ourselves, and that doesn't mean at the detriment of other people. It means we know what's right for us first and foremost, and we live in alignment with our core values and things. We start with our self-care. We take care of ourselves. If we don't take care of ourselves, we're not going to be around to take care of anyone else. I had a huge wake-up call and found that out when I had a sudden cardiac arrest. I was not at all taking care of myself, and not just in one area of my life. Physically, I wasn't eating right or taking care of myself. I mean, I was living on jalapeno chips, Diet Coke, and coffee, literally. Those three things, and a few other things sprinkled in for good measure, but not even for good measure, just for survival. Mentally, I was really under a ton of stress in my personal life, my personal relationships, my business lives, etc., and challenges with the kids and everything, because life gives us lots of challenges sometimes. And unfortunately, sometimes we find out how much our little red wagon can hold, and I figured out the breaking point of where my little red wagon was overflowing. That was my dad's analogy. He's like, your little red wagon will hold so much and then it's going to spill over or something's going to happen. And I found that out with my sudden cardiac arrest. So we have to prioritize our self-care, because if we're not around, we can't take care of anyone, including ourselves. And if we don't take care of ourselves, we're not going to be here to do that. Use goal setting. This whole year is about goal setting, goal getting, and how do we make it automatic so we don't have to consciously think about it all the time. We're letting our subconscious do the work for us, the heavy lifting, so to speak, to make sure that we get the things that we want in our life. And all of that designed to create the life that we want, right? No sense creating the life that we don't want. Although we do make choices and go down roads that aren't right for us. And that's part of our journey too. It's saying, all right, I went down this road thinking it was the right road for me, only to realize it was totally the wrong road. And it would be nice if we decided, as soon as we realized we were on the wrong path, that we just stopped, turned around and took a different direction. But usually we have to have a whole bunch of things when we're on that wrong path show us that it's the wrong path for us before we make the conscious decision and choice to turn around and do something differently, or to jump onto a different road, or take a turn onto a different road. We also want to be good at navigating challenges. Guess what? Life throws us changes and challenges and setbacks and obstacles all the time. I think it's to test us and see if we're serious about the things we say that we want or not. A friend of mine just posted that he'd been looking at a big purchase, a supercar, for the last couple of years. And he decided, finally, after test driving it and getting a separate analysis run on the vehicle, that had a ton of problems, and he was going to not buy that car. He'd actually pulled the trigger, was going out to pick up the car, but first had an independent inspection done on it and found all these things wrong with it. Now, a couple of lessons there, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, is, number one, always do your due diligence. Look into things. Don't just jump in feet first and then realize after the fact that you got all these problems to contend with. Doesn't mean don't take action. It means take inspired, educated action, right? And always be acting and moving forward. But also, sometimes things aren't right for us. We think that they are, and they're just not. They don't really fall into alignment. And as we investigate, we realize that we think we want something, and then we're like, I guess I don't want that. That sounds great because everybody else is doing it, but do I really want that as part of my experience? Yes or no? It's up to us. So life's going to always throw us obstacles and challenges, and we have to, number one, overcome our fear of change and challenge and differences, and increase our resilience, right? We have to be resilient in the face of adversity, because adversity is always going to come at us. It's really interesting. It's a weird phenomenon, but I've noticed it in my life and other people's lives as well. The more successful you become in any area of your life or in anything, the more people bite at your heels, right? Not because they want to help you. They bite at your heels because they're a reflection of their seeing that they could have done it too. Because chances are, I know I'm not any more special than anybody else on the planet. I just have chosen to make different things a priority. And so that's led to success in several areas of my life that people can sometimes become envious of. And when people are envious of something or jealous of something, they will tend to disregard your effort in achieving something, discredit you or try to discredit you, act like haters, meaning they post things that are negative or derogatory or insulting just because it makes them feel better. I don't know how it makes people feel better to be mean or bully or negative or put other people down, but some people it makes them feel better. I guess it's kind of a form of blaming. They're blaming you for doing something that they could have done themselves, but they made different choices and never went for doing. So the more we're living our best life, it sets an example for the people that also want to live their best life, but it also puts up a mirror and holds up a mirror for people that are not living true to who they want to be, or blaming other people for their situations, etc. We all do that. I've done that. I've blamed other people for where I'm at a certain time, only to look back and say, oh my God, if I wouldn't have been blaming somebody else or something else for that, I would have made different choices earlier on and gotten the heck out of that situation. We want to build relationships, right? Relationships are an incredibly powerful thing in helping us, number one, to be more confident, number two, to get our confidence goals, number three, to create the life that we want. A lot of times we don't want to live our life alone, right? We definitely don't want to be all alone. We're social beings and we need other people. So we want to build relationships Number one, by surrounding ourselves with positive people, right? And positivity. Maybe not just positive people, but positive people, positive situations, positive thinking. We want to always be improving our communication skills, which obviously I could work on those, and being effective communicators so that we have less misunderstandings and we understand people, that we're in relationships better. And then we want to be a source of inspiration for other people. And like I said, as we're a source for inspiration, for some people we'll be a source of frustration because they haven't done what they knew they were capable of in the first place. I know we all get that feeling sometimes where we see somebody doing something that we thought about doing years ago and we just didn't pull the trigger and take action on it. And here they are super duper successful at it. And we're like, oh my gosh, marketing ideas. I remember creating a marketing project in college for one of my classes. And, a few years later, it was a huge thing in all of the chain stores and was being merchandised. And I'm like, oh my God, I guess an idea isn't just presented to one person at a time by the universe. And it's the one that acts on it first that actually finds success with it more often than not. So how does all this impact our confidence goals? What impact does creating the life that we want, knowing we have the ability to create the life we want, impact our confidence goals? Number one, it increases and amplifies our self-belief, right? If we make choices and we create something awesome in our life, that increases our confidence. It reduces our fear of things. It makes us actually fearless. The more confidence we have, the more experiences we have that turn out the way we want, the less fear we have in dealing with challenges and setbacks that come along. And then finally, we actually glow and radiate confidence, and creating the life we want makes us more confident, and that sets the example for other people. So again, our action time today, right now, how confident are you that you are creating the life right now that's right for you? I mean, actually creating and taking steps every single day to make your life the best it can possibly be for you, right? We all define what is our best life, what is our ideal life, what is our perfect life. I don't think anything's perfect, but I think we can always be continually improving and moving toward what it is that we want. Share in the comments below your percentage. I'll have to think about mine. I guess I'm probably about, right this minute today, probably about 60-65%, because I'm letting a lot of stuff go for personal reasons and well thought out reasons, but not creating the exact perfect life that I want right now. But I know that, and so being aware of it is the first step in making changes to increase that number. So I always want to be about 80-90% creating what I want, right, in my life, in all areas and aspects of my life. And that's why I do these annual challenges, because it helps me to focus and think about each different area and aspect of my life and be continually working on it. All right, have an awesome day. Any questions, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow.